Now you should have already watched the tutorial on how to download Mozilla Firefox and then the add-on tool SEO Quake. So in this I'm going to kind of show you the process in this tutorial, and then we will actually do live doing keyword research and looking at competition to really give you the feel of what you're doing and the strategy and the process. So here I'm going to start with our other free tool that we will use, that I was going to just use in this tutorial. You don't really download it. Google offers this as a free tool. Here's the actual site. Here's the URL right here. And so I've just done a Google search, Google Free AdWords tool, and then we click it. And this is going to be our main tool that we will use to do the research with. And so there's two main areas that we're going to use. We're going to type in a word or a phrase. You can actually line by line put in 2 or 3. I always just do it with the one word or phrase and then do search. You always have to put in the little CAPTCHA here. Or the other thing is we can take a website that's in our same niche, whether it be real estate, mortgage brokering, credit card repair, home-based business. We can type in a website here and it'll actually, and do search, and it'll actually show us the words, the keywords that that site is using to rank for their entire website. So that could give us some more ideas as far as keywords to really delve into deeper and see if we can come up with any keywords that could act as a domain. I will draw your attention to this, that the default setting seems to be the United States. If you were doing a business where you are just doing business in the United States, of course you could leave it. But for our purposes, we're going to always be thinking global. So we'll just change that to all. So in this tool, you simply type in a word. And we'll just type in real estate foreclosure. And then you type in the CAPTCHA. I'm just going to show you this so we can at least see how you actually hit the search button and see a list of words and one other element before I show you the other browser, what else you want open when we do this process. So I've typed in the CAPTCHA there. Now I'm going to hit search. And this gives you a list of keywords. You see the main keyword there, real estate foreclosures. We have Florida real estate foreclosures. You have a list, usually of 100, and you can click this button down at the bottom right, and that switches over to the next 50 in this list. And you can see some of these are long phrases. Florida real estate foreclosures for sale. People are actually typing in those exact words, and these are the columns that show the amount of searches. Commercial real estate, of course, is a general word that gets 550,000 searches. But what I want to draw your attention to just at this point before we move forward, you get a little bit more accurate representation doing the searches for the keywords people are actually searching in. In using this tool, they have 3 different match types: broad, exact, and you can see the little brackets around exact and phrase. Broad just means the word that you're typing in appears anywhere in the text. Exact means that you're getting the exact word, every letter, spelled exactly that way, and how many times over here in the searches that people are typing that. Phrase is if the word is used in the phrase maybe with 1 or 2 or 3 other words. So usually to get a good accurate representation, I take off broad and click exact. You can see it actually loads, and now there was a number up here. I don't know if you noticed it, but I think it was 45,000. See, now for exact, it's showing 2,900. So see, you're getting a little bit more accurate representation. So this is the main tool we're going to use to research keywords, to look for a keyword that we could use as our domain name, and hopefully get in front of lots of free traffic when thousands of people are actually using that word to search for. So that's our objective. Now the other things that when we get started that we'll have open, we will have open the GoDaddy.com, and you can see this is a window here that you can type in a word, and and then click search, and it'll actually search to see if that domain is available. So we're going to have our GoDaddy.com open when we start. We already showed to go ahead and get to the Google AdWords keyword tool. We're going to go to Twitter, and what we're going to do is hit the sun up. And what we're doing here on each one of these ones, like YouTube and Twitter and Gmail, is just getting to the page as if you're signing up. And remember, on Twitter, in our first tutorial, I told you how the username in Twitter here can only be 15 letters maximum. So it'd be http://twitter.com and then / and the username. That can only be 15 characters. So we would have this window open at the same time with our domain name window open and our Google AdWords tool that we're actually looking at the words. And then in YouTube we would do the same thing, like we're going to create an account. And this is just to give us the window so we can check these usernames to see if we can actually use that exact domain. Remember, again, on YouTube we have 20 letters here. And then when we go to Gmail, and like I said, this isn't as critical for the Gmail, this is just out of convenience to have the same name, domain name that you choose for all these elements. So we'd simply open up the window here for create an account, and this gives us the same kind of screen where we choose a login name. So you can actually, with all these windows open, just without filling all the information in, you can just check the name to see if that's available. You know, what I would also recommend, of course you could just do this on a pad and paper, is I created a notepad file, and what I did was put in 25 X's here for domain name, 20 for YouTube, 15 characters maximum for Twitter. Remember, I showed you that each of these, there's kind of a maximum. Well, YouTube and Twitter, it's a definite maximum. That is all that you can have. The domain name, it's out of preference of getting the best treatment in the search engines. You want to stay around 25, not written in stone. If you find a keyword that gets lots of search traffic and it's not too competitive, if you have 27 letters, by all means use it, but this is just kind of a guideline to try to stay in that. So here's what you could do. Let's say our keyword phrase when we use our Google tool was make money fast, and that was the actual keyword that people type in, which I'm sure it actually is. So I put it as one word, and so see, by just putting the word here, I can see, hey, it meets the requirement for Twitter, it meets the requirement for YouTube, and it meets the amount for the domain. But of course now I would have to type in and see, and of course remember, our first thing that we're always doing is checking for domain name. So we would go to our GoDaddy.com. We don't have to be signed in or have an account. This is open to the public to search for domains. I would type in make money fast and then click this search button. And of course, make money fast is a keyword that is being used as a .com, so it gives you the alternatives here. And of course, our other strategy is, remember, and I'll just do it real quick while we're here, we could, let's say, make money fast, not available in .com, and we're going to try to still use that. Let's just see. So I'm going to add the word report, make money fast, and then add the word report. So I'm still using the keyword make money fast that we found that we know gets traffic, and I'm going to add report at the end. That kind of makes sense. It's a make money fast report. Okay, and that one is taken as well. But I just wanted to show you that process, how we can add those words at the end of a keyword to see if it works. But then, of course, remember, we've gone with some extra letters by adding the word report. So maybe on our limits here, we've gone over for Twitter, YouTube, I'd have to count them up and see. It looks like it's okay for the domain if that actually came up as a OK.com to use. So this is the process of how we're going to do it, and in the next tutorial, we're actually going to go on and do some keyword research and give you the mindset of how to look for words that make sense for your business, your niche, and then how to use this process to choose one that's going to work as a domain name.